everyone. Welcome to the show. I cut out 17 minutes right there. That's to start.
We also didn't sync.
Hold on one second. Give us a second. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2. We'll be right with you, okay? 5, 4.
Are we on go?
No, after 1, before go.
Okay.
1 second.
All right.
5, 4.
What about 3?
Hold on. 5.
You said before 1,
hold
so
on.
2?
Eyes on me. 5, 4, 3. Should we go on 3?
Sean's gonna have another
5.
birthday by the time we're done with this.
Start at 8.
I'm gonna lose it.
We're gonna finish it at Sean's next birthday.
5, 4. The thing about White Claws.
Oh, I think we're on 3.
5.
We're going on 3, guys.
It's better than long drink.
Fuck you.
All right, this is time for serious. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hell yeah!
Oh baby!
Oh,
we did it.
this is seamless transition from.
Yes.
I hope that whole sequence is the intro.
Don't test me because I will do that.
I'm
You
not
know this
testing you.
about
I'm
me.
saying do it.
I will have no viewers by the time I'm done with this show. Okay? No one's gonna watch this shit.
To the bottom.
Hey, we're getting views. Don't worry about it.
Guys, we also have a guest star, Frankie Valli is here. Just got to
I still don't know who that is.
He's goes like, Sherry, baby, Sherry.
Yep.
This is good. This is good stream content.
I hope this is quality content for the podcast and for the stream.
Man,
I
last
think we'll
time
have to issue an official apology after this.
To what, Frankie Valli fans?
I am trying to pull shit together, and you guys keep distracting me. Okay?
All right.
With your Sherrys and your babies
sorry.
and your Frankies and your Valleys.
Mm-hmm.
We're
Okay.
sorry.
Hey, everybody.
I'm dying
Oh
inside.
my God! Hi, guys. Welcome to the show. Good to have you here. We missed you. Oh, God. It's been so long since we've started this call. We are about to do a little bit of an episode for you, but just a little recap because it's been a while for you and it's been a while for us. So, everybody here snuck their way into the criminals clubhouse and they got a meeting with somebody they thought was going to introduce them to a even bigger criminal. And weirdly enough, wouldn't you know it, oops-a-daisies, combat broke out after somebody got gutted. The party dove into action, saving a life by sacrificing another. And then, it did happen. And then, everyone else there got taken into custody from Dwell Harbor. So they're all in the schlammer, waiting to get processed and questioned. After that, the group returned to their headquarters, discussed the evidence they found, and let things sort of simmer down, discussing next steps. Fitz returned to their house after visiting with a friend. Tay returned to the ocean for a little bit of a swim and then set themselves to sleep. Eamon and Eevee decided to gamble away. Oh, fuck, I did it immediately, huh?
Yeah.
Count it.
Yeah, sorry.
Yep.
Equivalents in Eamon. Went to an alley.
There it is.
To gamble away the money Tay had lent Eamon, crime scene evidence, and his hat. Those three things were all lost in a few games of dice because he bet it all on 00.
Yeah. And then I split the rest on half red, half black to make my money back.
In a dice game.
Yeah, dice game.
So, before the evening fully closes, are you two still out and about? Are you going somewhere else after that? Or are you just turning in for the night after the various levels of success you've had gambling so far?
I'm not sure exactly where to go next, but I've been told that there is money involved, that we could double.
No. Okay, so if we make this money, I'm gonna make the rules about it, okay?
All right.
And it's that we're not gonna gamble it.
Will some of it go back to Tay? Because
Right,
kinda-
that too.
all right, great. And there we go.
Okay.
And then I need to get my hat back. So
Alright, I'm just gonna focus.
that
for
is
a second.
not gambling. That is called a return of investment. Their investment, and me getting my hat back.
Right. That's good.
So what is it? Are we tithing? Are we going to ask people for tithes? You're a cleric. Here, I'll start. I look around for someone to.
no.
ask
There's
for-
someone
for
who
church
there's someone
money.
sleeping on the side of a building. Oh.
Oh yeah, I start walking towards him.
Nate,
This guy looks like he can tithe. What,
ten
10%? He can't tithe 10%. That's not a fixed
No,
amount.
that's not. Our church doesn't really do that. It's more like knowledge and texts and books. But what we're gonna do tonight isn't really well, it's not forbidden by Talkir, but I wouldn't call it sanctioned. So no.
Is it sanctioned by law?
What?
Is this illegal?
Eevee just stares at you for a second and then says, "Follow me," and turns and begins taking you, if you'll follow, through the underground of this.
I run the other way. I run right back to the gambling. No, yeah, of course I follow. Yeah.
He's gone by the time you get there.
Yeah.
Mama.
I go back. I have no shirt. I'm just joking. Cut that.
It's like a revolving door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna take us. I'm pulling up the map really quickly.
Interesting.
I'm gonna take us towards just the middle of the city, Lattice Square.
Oh, okay.
Just to get a good spot of it.
Okay. You guys travel basically all the way up the main thoroughfare to the northwest, towards the middle of the city.
And it takes half the time that it normally would take.
It's so
because-
fast, dude.
Yeah. How do they do it? And then once they get there, I have a proposition for you, Sean.
Oh, for me, I'm involved in this?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
So,
Hang on.
you
Hold
know
on.
how
Oh,
we've
one second.
established...
Go for Sean.
You know how we've established that Eevee, like, pays attention to people who are down on their luck?
I do know that.
Can I also...
Yes,
What's
Eamon
the
is down
point?
on his luck. I don't know what else you want to say.
For those listening, Sean put on some
Well, that's
very
why I'm
artistic
helping him.
glasses.
Thank you for the bit. I did put on glasses. Sorry. Yes.
That's why they're helping him.
You do know that there are people down on their luck.
So, could we also say that Eevee has been observant in the same way about rich assholes and their coming and going?
Ooh, interesting. I would say yes.
Hell yeah. You're always enabling me and I love it.
Yeah. It's my
I-
fault.
I want Eevee to cast locate object on the coin purse of someone in the city. Can be anyone random that they've been like keeping note of, that they're like, that's a rich asshole.
I will allow this.
Just
All right, glasses are coming off. I've allowed it.
nice.
Sean has now
So-
taken off the glasses and crumpled them into his hands. For those listening.
I'm now eating them.
So I'm gonna step into this, casts the spell. I'm gonna step into this alley really quickly, and I'm gonna come out, and I'm not gonna look like me, okay? And are you familiar? Are you a good actor?
I mean, I did one. Okay, so one time I was the chair in my school's rendition of Sweeney Todd, but other than that, I don't have much else.
Okay.
Because we didn't have the production money to make like a full moving chair like how they do in Sweeney Todd.
I mean,
that is canon in this universe.
Yeah, they don't
I've
have
seen you
mimics.
with the brick. You can definitely be scary, and all I really need for you is to be scary.
Oh.
Okay. So, and is gonna pop into the alley and come out as Thomas, the little fucking
Oh,
kid.
the little orphan child?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. me.
Consider yourself at home.
It's me, by the way. It's Eevee.
Okay. I'm not fully convinced.
You think this is just
My
some
hand
random
is
child?
white knuckling
I'm so
the
sorry.
rope.
You think this is a kid?
So where is this coin purse in relation to us, Sean?
So, you've cast the spell.
I've
The range on
cast it.
locate object is like 1,000 feet, right?
Yeah, so I probably would have done it for someone who I see like walking this area around this time.
Sure,
so
sure.
it could be like a
There are,
Clearly.
this is the Lattice Square. There are a number of high-end sort of clubs, places of leisure where someone can just come and spend money. A lot of people from the Capital Quarter do come here often to spend money and then immediately vacate and go back to their little, essentially gated city. You have followed this person to I would say that you know what this place is because you've been following this person.
Mhm.
It is not an illegal back room sort of situation, but it is one of those only the rich people know to ask to be led into this back room of, for lack of
Yeah.
a better term, a bowling alley.
I hate this place.
You brought me to a bowling alley. Is this who we're tithing?
Yeah. Can you? All right. So I set you up next to one of the lanes that's unoccupied. And I say, all right. So when I start making a lot of noise, could you just start looking really threatening? I forgot the accent for this.
It's Oliver Twist.
Okay.
Would you just look threatening?
Threatening to you? Threatening to other people? Or
Generally.
generally threatening? Okay, yeah, I can do that. No problem.
All right. I'll be right back.
All right.
And like hops off towards this room and then just starts like not pounding on the door, but pounding on the wall next to it and being
Okay.
like, help!
Okay. So you're just
You got
screaming
me.
for help in the middle of his business, in the middle of the night, because it's
You
like
gotta be
10:30.
I start
What do you
like nunchucking my brick around again. This is certified 100% pure clay, cremated into a brick.
Sure,
Eevee's grips are normally a lot more subtle than this, but this situation is dire.
sure. After about 30 seconds of pounding on this door, the door does open in like a crack, and you just see these like sort of large eye peek out from behind it.
I'm gonna kill this kid. Is that right? Or am I killing other people? Hold on. On my other hand, I have a wicker basket, and it says tithe. I'm like,
So you're doing this with the brick, and then you
Yeah.
have a basket in your other
yeah.
asking for change. Okay. The figure immediately opens this door. You see this sort of wide-chested, like ogre, probably a half ogre, just sort of like lets the door swing aside and goes, "I'm sorry, are you threatening this very
inside.
homely, poor-looking? Okay, what the fuck? Hang on
Yeah,
a second."
And I have a bomb in my
Cling
pocket.
onto his
A bomb
leg a
that will
little bit.
explode.
All right, now I'm getting. So this person has a child dart onto their leg and hold onto it like they're playing with their father, and someone threatening to kill
Scared.
the child.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, he
All
went
right.
with it really good.
Hey! Whoa, what's going on here?
I'm gonna
You
bash the brains in of this fucking kid.
what? Why? What the fuck? Why? What
I
this
don't
kid
know,
do to you?
it
Wait,
stole
what
money
this
out
kid
of
do?
my
Maybe
Tide
I should.
box.
Maybe you
I
want a
put
little
it in
help?
the Tide box.
You trying to tie the kid?
Well, yeah, it's 10%. It's a stat. It's a non-static
What
number.
what
It's an
organization
elastic
do you
number.
represent?
Shit.
And is the person in the coin purse in this room?
They are
That I
further
was-
into the room than this person is currently. standing.
Yeah, I'm gonna run in and just start tugging on their clothes and be like, "Can you help? There's a really scary guy."
Oh my
out
goodness!
there."
Who let in the pause?
Do you have? I'm leaning into the door. Do you have 10%? And can I kill that kid?
Please get this. Oh, what the fuck is what is going on around here? And you see this very elegant, like leisure, like the lap of luxury, just sitting in this like almost poofed to the neck bathrobe.
Did he say who let in the pores?
Yeah, who let in the pores? That's how rich people talk. I know it well because I'm stacked, dude. We talk about the So this guy, you start tugging on his robe, and he follows you to the door. He says, "Get this child, the dirty child, out of here. What are you doing? We pay you well. Guard the door." Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check.
I absolutely will.
And I-
Pause.
No, I would like to spend a shenanigan point.
Okay, I get another one.
Advantage.
Yum, yum, yum.
What happens if I spend 2?
Oh, well, I don't know. What are you trying to do?
I don't know. Steal. Okay.
If you used
Okay, that's a
Ooh.
15.
15. Okay.
Yeah.
He is distracted enough once he sees the bird nunchucking. Actually, he sees the brick, and that's scary. Then he sees the tithe box. He's like, "Oh, this is not happening." He immediately gets up in your face, like, "We've had your kind here before. Please leave. We are filed with the correct paperwork. This is technically its own church. You cannot tithe here, sir."
Technically, this is
This
its own
is technically a
church.
tax write-off.
That's disgusting. Oh my god.
We do collect here every Sunday. You cannot tithe here, sir. You need to move on, please. Strikes going on in the background. And at that point, with your 15, you're able to, as he's now invested in getting this reverse tither out of here. I mean, someone trying to facilitate, or what is it, solicit money from him? No. But you do see one of these loose coin pouches in the pockets of his fucking bathrobe. You should whip it out.
No, I don't need it.
You eat it wholesale, and he doesn't even notice because he's so irate that this guy with a brick is trying to tithe in his church.
Thank you so much for distracting him. Bye.
What the fuck did you just
Run
say?
away.
Hang on.
And don't forget, I have a bomb on me.
I'm so scared.
You just shout, "I have a bomb on me"?
Yeah, and I start walking away once little Timmy or whatever starts walking away.
He just starts aggressively berating the person guarding the door as you walk away, diffusing the situation with, ironically, a bomb. Isn't that crazy?
That's great. That's great. So
like a
that
couple
didn't go
blocks
well at all.
away.
They didn't give me a single coin.
Oh, I got this. And then I changed back into equivalence.
Oh.
Okay, full disclosure, I don't normally do things like that. Normally I like play the loot on the docks, or I like find things that have washed up on shore and I sell them. But you lost a lot of money tonight. So
I did.
and how much did we get, Sean?
You, from that one satchel, you got 2 handfuls of coin. We're using
Hey,
dagger
so-
rules
Oh, sick.
because I'm not doing money.
So I'm gonna give this to you when we get back to the base, okay? And we'll buy
What
your
about my hat?
on the way back. And
You
we'll
know,
buy
I
your
really
hat.
like this. There's something about this whole church thing that we've been doing. It gives me a little pit in my stomach that we did something wrong. And I got to say, you know, although this is going to a good cause, this has been much more productive than me gambling.
Yeah. Typically I find that, you know, I've seen pretty much most of the gambling rackets that happen in the
Mhm.
town, and they're heavily
Which is the
weighted.
best one?
I'm not gonna
Well-
tell you that.
All right. Well, we'll get into it later. That's fine.
At this point, you do see guards begin to approach the entrance of the building.
Oh, I
you just
did tell
left.
him I had a bomb on me. We
Go.
should go.
We gotta get out of here.
We do have to leave. I told him I was going to blow this place sky high if they didn't give 10%.
That was a little far, especially since you can't.
Well, you said be intimidating. What's more intimidating than a man with a brick and a bomb that could explode?
I can't
Church.
argue with that, actually. You're right. Let's go home.
Also, for the record, I never hurt a child. I would never.
It was really good acting.
Thank
so
you.
It was a good job.
Okay. So do you guys return to your respective homes, or do you return to the Bastion's HQ?
Good question. I think
Best question.
Eevee goes back to the HQ just because it's the first couple days on the job and they gotta be
Yeah, very
I would too.
cool.
It's about time I moved out.
from the nest.
What, the nest
Mhm.
isn't working out?
No, the crow's nest is fucking awesome, dude. But you know, there comes a point where you just got to move out from your parents and stuff. You know, yeah,
It's got this weird
it's just
smell
getting
of
around there.
fermenting berries. It's crazy. All right. So you guys return to the HQ and settle in for the night. Moving forward to the following morning. The two of you would actually be awoken for the first time by a collection of slowly growing chimes and metallic rings nearby. You remember when you first approached this building, there was this sort of strange rhythmic, but also chaotic metallic ringing, like bells or chimes or something like that. And this early in the morning, you can actually tell it is the sound of multiple blacksmiths beginning their daily work as the hammer is hitting some sort of metal on anvil. And that sort of chaotic, what would individually be a chaotic, very loud, aggressive noise, kind of plays in this weird choir with each other. It sounds a little bit less harsh. Maybe not so early in the morning, but, you know, it's not as grating on the ears. But you wake up at like 7:30 to that.
Oh. Yeah, that's going to take some getting used to. Wow. Do I just have like a normal crow bed?
You do have a big
It's like-
nest of twigs and sticks you found in the neighborhood, yeah.
Sick. So are these different rooms than our offices? Or am I sleeping under my desk?
No, the upstairs is essentially just 4 rooms that you have
okay.
access to, all similar size. 2 of them have windows, 2 of them do not.
Wow. All right. Yeah. Is there like, okay. I'm going to go out and see if our quartermaster, whatever his name is, I have it right here. Hesley. No. Yes. No. That's our captain.
Nope. Definitely not your quartermaster.
Hold on. I go out to see Mr. Turntide, who's cooking us dinner. I'm joking.
His name is Brinsley.
We're gonna go see Brinsley.
Okay.
I'm gonna go see Brinsley before I wake up Eevee, unless Eevee's already awoken.
I have in fact been up. I'm on the roof listening to the day start.
Oh, that's very
Yeah.
nice.
I'm unaware of that. I think you're
It's
sound asleep in your room.
Lazy, sleeping
Oh,
in.
so eepy.
Brinsley's already downstairs starting to get a less full breakfast than your first day here. But still preparing breakfast for you guys.
So, Brinsley, what's on the menu today?
Oh, hello, Master Eamon. I know your name. Very nice to see you so early. in the
I know
morning.
yours. That's great. I'm glad we have
Wonderful.
that.
We're both friends here, and we can remember each other's names like good friends do. This is just a small gathering of some simple dishes I have prepared. There's some baked goods that I picked up this morning on my way here. You can avail yourself of them. I do have a few pieces of mail we can get to when everyone turns in. One of them is for master equivalents, but other than that, I don't really have any pressing matters. How was your first night?
It was good. Yeah, it was good. I went out, I won a couple slots, and I learned how the church worked. That's pretty nice.
It's a full day.
Yeah, you haven't. Is there a newspaper? I was wondering about. Is there anything about? There's no like bomb threat on the front.
There was one in the local papers, yes. Apparently, at the local, one of the Lattice Square alleys, there was some altercation last night that resulted in a bomb threat.
Oh, jeez.
Tell
Probably
us
had to do with
stuff.
the kid again. Listen.
I'm sorry?
How long have you been with the Bastions?
I've been working here for a number of years, decades. Time
Who was
really does
before
move.
us?
I'm sorry?
Who? It's weird. I don't know. Listen. I've been a courier most of my life. I don't know much about this stuff, but it is. Although it does feel nice that it was feels as if it was made for us. It just seems. You know what happened to the last guys?
Well, I didn't work for that particular group of bastions. I was stationed elsewhere at the time.
Can I do? Clearly, he seems a little hesitant. Can I do an insight check
Sure,
on that?
go for it.
Great. 10.
He does seem cagey. Even with a 10, you can tell he's trying to talk
Yeah.
around the question. You're not sure
Mhm.
whether he's just uncomfortable with the subject matter or it's something he
Yeah.
is not allowed to say.
hmm
But he doesn't seem reticent to discuss that topic.
I see. Yeah. Well, hey, all in due time. Am I right?
Yes. I wasn't here, so I don't have much information on who would have been stationed here prior.
Where were you before?
I was, jumped around a few different places. Sometimes the chemistry doesn't quite work out with the group, and they request somebody else more useful.
Chemistry. poison. I take out a little notebook. Brinsley, where were you 2 days ago? Last night.
Well, I was at home. I was here working with you all day. Well,
I see.
while
Brinsley,
you
you are what is called on the top of my suspect list. And although I'm no detective, I think about it for a second. I might be a detective.
You currently
It's good
are.
to know.
I do.
And-
I do have a bit of a question now that I am being accused of a suspect.
Mhm.
Is that because I am one of the only people you've spoken to since you've started this?
Yes.
Okay,
And
I'm
I've
used to
learned
that.
in detective school
Mhm.
that everyone's a suspect.
Sure.
Also, I worked on this. I'm put it above my door, and it says Eamon's Alley, and scratched in.
He
What do
is
you think of that? I think I
super
turn it back around.
impressed. That's a really
It's nice,
cool
right?
name.
It's alliteration.
What is that?
I don't know.
I know. Well, he's some food. Eat up if you'd like. And what are the
Packing
other?
away at it. One last thing, Brinsley.
Oh.
Was there a note at all with like a flower or anything for me?
No, are you expecting some sort of
No.
parcel?
No.
He gets really excited. He goes, "Do you garden?"
I've been considering it.
Oh, well, if you'd like any pointers, or if you'd like to, I don't know, work together on a small garden
Garden.
sometime.
You garden?
Yeah, I do indeed.
You make poison from the gardening?
I try not to.
I'll write that down.
Oh dear.
Winnie the Pooh ass Brinsley.
Now, Fitz, how is your morning going? You obviously.
It's trying to get back into an old routine you haven't done in a few months,
Mhm.
and so waking up at the crack. I mean, he usually wakes up at the crack of dawn. Anyway.
Because he doesn't sleep.
Uh-huh. And he's already probably patrolling around his neighborhood, and then eventually that patrol leads to heading into the office.
Okay.
And eventually he'll make it there. Saying his hellos to the residents that he cares about, really.
Okay.
Hearing
Not the
about a
living.
bomb threat. Not the living. Fuck the living.
But yeah, you definitely hear as you pass through the Lattice Square on your way to the Champions Row in your patrol,
Mhm.
there is a small cordoned off crime scene at the local bowling alley. There's caution tape. People are inspecting the entire building.
Is that bowling alley that tries to be a church? It's weird that they have allowed to do that with the taxes and everything. It's fine.
But as you make your way towards the office, how early would you get there? Would you get there before everyone's waking up, or
Pretty much.
so you probably see Eevee on the roof
Yeah.
as you're approaching the building?
Morning.
I forget you don't like indoor rooms. Just in general, right? That's the reason.
Not a fan of ceilings.
Not a fan of ceilings. That's it.
Yeah.
Uh,
How's your morning?
It was good. Excited to see what's next on the job. Wasn't expecting this big a case, but we got it. And hopefully there might be a continuation, or if not, we just continue with the next case.
Mm-hmm.
How about you? How'd you sleep?
Great. I actually was thinking, since we solved this one, I mean, at least the part that we were originally assigned really fast, I
Mm.
probably have time to go and check in on a few other Bastion related things, right?
What other Bastion related things do you have?
I might have possibly also taken on some shifts down in the Wallows. So I was thinking maybe I should go check on that situation and see if they need anything.
I was wondering why he seemed so excited, but then also disappointed in the same day when I was waking up. Because, you working there now? Or you
Hopefully.
You always worked there, or is this new for you?
No, it's very recent.
Okay.
It's actually right about the same time as this one.
Busy. Okay.
You know,
I mean-
the Wallows are a really special place. So
I agree. So, I guess it just seems like whatever we get today, if we get something today, I guess that takes priority over your secondary duty to the Bastions. Because technically this is your first one.
I'm not sure.
Wait, what?
I think I got the job simultaneously.
Wow, you really dug yourself into the job. I can respect that, I guess.
You have signed up for 2 full-time jobs. I cannot stress that enough.
You didn't show up at all for the first time.
I have been meaning to ask, and I hope this isn't.
Kind of like slides down the gable a little bit to get closer to you.
Mhm.
I hope this isn't too personal. So tell me if it is, and I would just well, 2 questions. First, I was wondering about your arm.
This one? He picks up the not robotic one.
Yeah, actually, specifically why it's different than the other one.
That's good.
You see like a little
It's very
grin.
good. It's very good.
You know, you stink.
It's a parting gift from my last case as a lettuce square bastion.
Oof.
Hmm.
That doesn't sound like. I mean, it's very cool, but
Thank you. The one who built it would be ecstatic to hear you say that.
definitely really cool. The second is just kind of like a little bit of an apology and then a question, which is that I said when I met you that I like knew you and knew of you, and so
I actually have to ask you something, Sean.
Oh, what did I do?
Are the rumors about Fitz like
They're all bad.
enough? Are they like known enough that like if I had seen Fitz enter the walls for the first time and asked around about them, I would have gotten?
Oh
like,
yeah,
the,
people gossip about
That's a
Fitz.
weirdo who talks to people in the air. You
People
know?
talk
Yeah.
about Fitz all the time. If you gossip with them, they
Okay,
will tell you.
Cool.
who do you talk to when
You
you're
Hmm.
talking
Oh,
to no one?
well, I am talking to someone. Someone's.
Right.
I am talking to the spirits of the city. Ghosts.
Oh, the dead.
Mm. Correct.
I mean, I'm sure you know that that's like.
It kind of slides the rest of the way off and lands beside you.
You can just do that? Like you don't do anything to make that happen?
Well, I had to do one big thing, but other than that, no. I wake up and I can just talk to him. Sometimes he just talk to me, but
One big
it's
thing.
a nice.
I'm sensing that
And-
that's not a
and- no,
comfortable
no.
topic, so I'm gonna. I
Well,
just, necromancy is not like a big thing in this city. That's why I asked, essentially.
Oh, trust me, I know. I know more than a lot of people. And Fitz will reveal. He'll like with his robotic arm. He'll like pull down his shirt a little bit,
Ooh.
and you'll see like acid green, like old scarring that might give you hints of necromantic work.
Oh.
The accident blew away a lot more than my arm.
Wow.
Hmm.
That must have really hurt.
Well, there was a flash, And then I woke up and it didn't hurt necessarily anymore. So people who survived it would have to tell me how much it hurt, actually. You look like you have another question. So please ask it. No, you please, if you have one, we're going to be
We have
working
like
together.
500, and we really do have to get to work. Oh my gosh. Okay, I was trying to be really normal until this moment, and I do understand that you just told me that you essentially died, and I know that what I should say is, I'm so sorry. That must have been horrible. And I'm so sorry. That must have been horrible. But, oh, wow. Wow, goodness. Are there any people around us right now?
Sean, are there?
Spirits?
Yeah.
Occasionally. Again, most of the city, in terms of spirits, it's not like a consistent population, but you might just see like somebody off in the distance disappear behind the crowd or pop up and just sort of move through, like a memory of something they once did in life just play itself out and then vanish. It's not like a constant like, hey Fitz, how's it going? You know.
Yeah. We're not,
Sometimes-
we're not there yet.
Sometimes it is that, but sometimes
Yeah.
or most of the time it's just these like passing facades of like memories of their lives.
Yeah. LaFille, nothing, no one substantial. Not substantial, that's not the right word. No one that's not following a pattern. No one independent.
Oh. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a book and I'm going to write down all of my questions, and then I'm going to pare it down to the 10 questions I want to ask the most, and then I'm going to come to you and talk about this again. Does that sound good?
Hey, you can ask me as many questions as you want.
Great. I'm really, again, I'm really glad that you're still here to help us out. So.
Thanks, that means a lot. Shall we?
Yeah.
Okay. Tay, how early do you wake up in the morning?
Because she went swimming last night. She probably actually would have slept out there. And then as soon as there's like any kind of sunshine coming in through the waves, she probably would like go ahead and start scavenging a bit. Whatever she finds, she'd take it up to the oddities and strike up a conversation with Oscar, I believe is his name that we decided on.
I think it was Ulrich. I can check my notes.
I can check.
No. I'm original and cool.
That is
His
not my
name
game.
is
Ostrich
Ostrich
Weller.
Raincloak.
Weller.
Yeah. Yeah. He's, getting ready to open the store this early in the morning.
She'd walk up and put down, the soaking wet bag of all the things that she's collected on his desk, and she'd kind of scratch her head awkwardly and be like, we might need to make a change to our arrangement, actually.
Oh. All right. Is that starting with this pile or the next?
Starting with this pile, and I'll make sure I still show up for my early morning scavengings. However, when it comes to the room and board, I can be sleeping at the office now, just to help us both out. But if I could possibly get any kind of advance, I would like to go ahead and bargain a bit of a trade before I move out for the month, and we'll go from there.
Okay. What exactly is your request?
Do you have any shields that you think would like hold up pretty well?
Shields. Probably one or two. hold up well against being attacked?
Of course.
I'd have to check the metal. Most of the stuff we pulled is kind of out of the ocean, so if it's been treated well, probably could hold up to a few dings and scrapes.
You can give me the best that we've got. I'd appreciate it. Do you have anything blunt as well?
I mean, yeah, but if you're talking about weapons, I'd have to check.
Yeah, let me look into your weapons a little bit if we can.
Okay. And there's also, like, a lot of these you've brought him, so you know a little bit what his inventory is like, except you don't recognize it because he's worked on it, cleaned it up a little bit.
I also don't know what's been sold yet, so.
That's true. Very true. There are a number of, like, maces, cudgels, like blunt implementations that could be used. He does have one shield that looks like it's been worked enough to remove any sort of, like, ocean detritus or degrading. Looks like it could be usable as a shield. It doesn't look that bad either.
Okay.
I mean, it's not shining. It's not going to reflect your, it's not a mirror, but it can take a hit.
Yeah. All right, I'll take that one.
Okay.
And then with the blunt weapons, what's either the heaviest or the one that has the best reach?
It would probably be one of these, like, more sturdy, like, metal cudgels.
You're gonna have to tell me what a cudgel is.
It's basically like a club or a stick used to beat people, but more well put together than just a stick. It's basically, those, like, old police where they have, like, that big baton.
Like, yeah.
That's what a cudgel is.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
Just because for flavor, does he have, like, an actual metal meteor hammer by chance?
Meteor hammer?
Mm-hmm.
Like a flail?
Like a meteor hammer. Like
the rope on a rope dart that's heavy.
It's like there's two different ones. There's a rope dart, which will have like a blade at the end, or there's a meteor hammer, which will have a blunt, weighted ball on the end.
Oh, he's definitely got the materials to make a meteor hammer, but it's not like he pulled one out of the ocean.
Okay.
You could definitely, like, fashion some of the chain together to one of these, like, massive cannonballs that have been fished out of the ocean, or like an old ship anchor. You could definitely make a meteor hammer out of the stuff in the store.
I want to do let's do the cannonball. I think that's funnier.
Okay.
And then while he's fastening it, I'm going to go upstairs and start gathering my things. And I'm going to fish that box that I've kept hidden underneath my bed and take that with me.
Through the front door so he sees it for the first time?
It's going to be in a bag!
Oh, okay. You didn't say that part. Okay. You gather up your things. By the time you come downstairs, he's sort of, like, worked this old cannonball that looked like at some point in the past somebody tried to drill a hole through it. He sort of just, like, finishes working on that hole and is able to put a rope through it and sort of, like, tie it off into some sort of makeshift meteor hammer that looks like it would work.
Is the rope, like, sturdy?
Yeah, it's the stuff that holds ships to the shore. It's not gonna fray or break.
Just making sure. All right.
It's that big corded rope, dude.
And this is does what I brought in that morning pay for all of this, or will I still have to be doing this? Is technically still in advance?
No, he will mention that he sold the set of blades that you mentioned. Selling them as a set might get a bigger price. Took your advice. That is what's paying for what you're taking.
Cool beans. And then also, I don't think he would have anything here, because if anything that I would have fished out probably would have been too wet. But if there is any kind of thing he's maybe traded for, either like gunpowder or any kind of like fancy dagger or like other type of pistol or something like that, anything like that he might have.
He probably has some old pistols that don't work anymore. They look like more just decoration pieces and like art installations he's turned them into.
Does he have a pipe?
He does have pipes, for sure.
I'm gonna take a pipe.
Okay. You can take a pipe. You can describe how it looks, because there are so many pipes fished out of the ocean. There are definitely different designs you can choose from.
Okay, cool beans. I'll think of that on the way.
Sure. Okay.
I'll take that for now. All right, I'm gonna put everything in the bag and like tie it up around Ikaitz's like almost like a
Little saddle.
bag that she can carry. You know,
Okay.
I'm gonna pet her and I'll tell him like I'll be back in the mornings if you need me before then.
All right.
Send a bird, I guess.
Hey, keep us safe.
And she's gonna head that way to the office.
Okay. Now, as everyone arrives on the scene, we are all together in one place. The three of you have been there for a while. If there's anything you want to discuss while Tay's gathering up their house and moving it in, let me know. But if not, we can fast forward.
Let's go.
Role play or no? 5? 4? Wow.
All I really could say was, I'm assuming at no point am I going to the roof. There would be no reason for me to be going to the roof. So
You could if
you guys make your way
have a
down.
reason. But Eevee slid down off the roof. But if you had a reason to go up there,
yeah, the second she goes down, I go up, and then it becomes a perpetual cycle of us chasing after each other.
like Scooby-Doo.
But yeah, when if we're all sitting around for breakfast, then I'll be reading the Times and the Champions Row Times.
Mhm.
And when you guys make your way down, I'll lean in close and fold the paper under my hands. I don't know about you guys, but I talked to Brinsley. Not only is he high on my suspect list, but that's for a different time. Has it occurred to you guys that where did the people that were here before us, what happened to them?
I'm guessing they died.
Okay.
Those are my guess as well.
Why is Brinsley not talking about it? You think he's sad? Or do you think there's something more nefarious going on?
Well, from my conversations with him about it, he just seemed like it wasn't his business to talk about. He seemed like he wanted to be respectful for Director Hesley.
Is that how he seemed to me when he talked to me, Sean?
You rolled a 10. He seemed like he was
That's a good-
evasively dodging your questions.
That is definitely a good way to think about it. I couldn't really
Also-
make out what he was trying to
also,
say between the lines.
You said he's on your suspect
know.
list? Wait, for what?
Well, he's Gardner, for one. Number 2, he's being a little shady. Number 3, as you have taught me, everyone is a suspect.
I've
When we're
made
on a case.
breakfast.
Oh, yeah, just set it down wherever. Yeah, just set it down wherever. I look to see if there's dirt under his fingernails.
He's wearing
He's
gloves. Isn't that suspicious? Just like your first test.
It's the silver.
Yeah. Thank you, Brinsley. Yeah, thank you.
Of course.
Yeah, thank you.
Let me know if I can be of any assistance. And he just sort of like skulks around the corner.
Shit.
Wait. Okay, so you have to explain to me more than not at all. Why is he a suspect in anything? Did he do something
Fitz,
to you?
He's a gardener. Where does
yeah,
poison come from? The ground. Where do wyverns come from? The ground.
No,
where does
what?
anything come from? The ground plus the sun equals nature. All right?
Right.
That's a common equation. All I'm saying,
Mhm.
the people here behind, they could have died. Something could have happened to them.
Right.
And I think Brinsley is on it. Look at this. And I show you a picture of me and Brinsley, me arresting Brinsley.
You draw.
It's
It's really good of you, but Prince is like a stick.
Brinsley also has a trench coat on. Okay.
God, I wanted that coat.
Tay, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I would say Tay,
She's not
right
here.
around this time, you
Oh.
would walk in the front door as
I'll scoot over.
Eamon saying you're not here.
What would I have walked into?
Them conspiring over breakfast about something. Clearly conspiring.
I'm just gonna walk in and hear a bunch of chatter, and I'm just gonna slam the giant bag onto the table, and I'm just gonna start like passing out shit, and I'm gonna turn around to Eevee and hand them a shield, and I'm gonna turn to Eamon and hand him the
Difficult, isn't it?
make him the makeshift meteor hammer, and I'm gonna as I'm handing it to him be like, that break is not gonna hold up, bro. And I'm gonna turn over to Fitz, and I'm gonna hand him a pipe, and it's gonna look like it's carved, but it's gonna look like like a scorpion's tail coming up that leads down into the pipe. I'm just gonna start putting my stuff together and be like, I'm taking the room on the top left, and I'm just gonna start moving my stuff up.
Okay.
Morning to you too.
Thank you, Tay. This is actually one of the nicest things anyone has ever done for me. I'm going to lean over to Eevee. We are going to get my hat back. Chink, chink.
I was wondering why you looked different.
Oh my god.
Did something happen last night? Are you okay?
You
Yeah.
will not believe the kind of luck that Eamon has at cards.
I thought...
Do it. You have a blessing.
And you know what? I'm better for it, honestly. And guess what? With this hunk of junk, as opposed to my brick, everything that happened last night is nothing but a memory.
Did you lose?
No, I was.
You had a bet?
I was gonna let you say you were really good at cards. Like that's why I kind of kept the statement value neutral.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I'm great at cards, bad
I
at dice,
assumed-
even worse at roulette. Listen,
What?
I have a plan, gang. And
Okay.
it does include the murder of our friend here, Brinsley. But we will get to
What?
that plan in a minute. The other
No.
plan is after we're done doing our duties, I will get my hat back.
I'm against murder.
I'm gonna be coming back down and be like, oh, man, does Brinsley have any coffee? Actually, kid, where is my damn coffee?
Oh, you know what, Tay? I'm sorry. I totally forgot about it.
Fucking
Me
interns.
and Eevee went out last night, and she showed me how the church worked.
Coworkers.
Me and Eevee went out last night, and she showed me how the church worked. And I tell you what,
Eevees
I
are
got caught up in it.
Zach.
oh, I'm so sorry.
You're
And
good.
and then Eevee, they is showed me how the church worked, and I totally lost it.
At the light of Talkir is blinding at times.
And this has what to do with
And
my
explosive.
coffee?
I'll just pass them a really black coffee.
I'm just gonna take it and sit down and just. And she's actually gonna turn to Fitz and be like, after breakfast, I need to talk to you. And then she's just gonna lean over and be like, and she's gonna point over specifically at Eamon and be like, do not say another word until I finish this cup. And she's just gonna start like chugging it.
I hold up the piece of paper of Brinsley and me wrestling Brinsley.
I'm gonna say this. It's not good to suspect coworkers of being evil this early in the job.
I'm just gonna put my cup down and be like, he what?
Now then, we
It's-
have a bit. Is that? Oh, it's very. Is that me?
It's fan art, Brinsley. I made it of you.
Oh, that's very nice. I've never had anyone make art for me before.
You look cool in this coat, don't you?
Is that a rope around him in that picture?
No,
No,
that's
those
a
are-
scarf.
It's a scarf, and these are handcuffs.
Well, that part's strange.
Whatever you're
Just like a
into.
whole 11
That part's off.
Don't look into Eamon's archive of our own history.
You know what?
Don't do it.
Yeah. You can see my DeviantArt page.
I,
The hashtags just keep adding.
I choose the road more traveled. He
Comfort.
pulls out two pieces of like parchment, like these two documentations, parcels, if you will. Eamon hands one of them to Equivalence. Says this came addressed to you, to this office, and the other one is a summons from Director Hesley.
Okay.
I assume I didn't read it, and he puts it down on the table.
Is it open?
I believe you, Brinsley.
Is it open?
Thank you. It is not. It's still sealed,
Okay.
as far as you know.
I'll take the unopened missive, and I'll open it.
Okay. It is essentially a summons asking you to come to the box at your earliest convenience this morning. The box, you would know, is the name given to like the main headquarters of Bastion Rose, or Champion Rose Bastion.
Okay.
It is the reason it's called the box is it is a completely square building, very close to the arena.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that so much. We're going on a little field trip, gang.
Eevee, do you read your letter?
Ashley wants to see us.
Sorry.
What?
You go ahead.
Sorry, what direction is the box in?
Southeast.
And what direction is the gym in that the guy frequent that the
It is in the
previous
same.
customer-
The gym is in the same area. It
Okay.
is in what is known as the last plaza.
Ooh.
It is the
Okay.
last
Fancy
stop
name.
before somebody enters the arena, thereby
Oh.
calling it the last plaza.
Looking at that, I'm just gonna say, oh good, we have a couple of things of business there, because as you guys know, we still have not found out more about that enhancement, what we assume is an enhancement drug. We could find out more there. And we're not allowed to talk to the family for 2 days, right?
Things
Well,
like that.
They,
Well-
And also,
yeah, just an amount of time.
Well,
we might want to
also,
evaluate our approach there, considering that the circumstances of his death were a little more criminal than first anticipated.
and
Well, we're not
unless-
breaking any news to them. We're just
No, this
asking
is
questions.
true. But hey, unless we are given the assignment to continue the investigation, that's when we go towards them. We don't go towards them until then.
A lot of different avenues we can explore before we ask the parents of this criminal why they were a criminal. So I say we expand on those first. I'm with you, Fitz.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, I mean, well, from what we got from the confession, he was skimming stuff off the top and then took a bad poison. So
I love the fact
wasn't
that it is a confession you got out of that person.
Yeah, we got
Just
a full
fully and
confession.
blatantly, he gave you a confession.
Yeah.
You're not
He gave
even
us the full rundown.
exaggerating. I love it.
Also, just to clarify, what he stated was that the lizard folk drank it himself, thinking
Yeah.
it would like enhance.
Yeah, he thought it was like another
And-
drug,
He,
Yeah, that's
but it was
okay.
a poison.
the
That's what I thought. I
exact
was just-
thing he said was he got into something he didn't know what it was.
Didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
And then he keeled over, and then he pushed him down the sewer drain.
He had been skimming. He got into something he didn't know what it was,
Yeah.
Hmm.
and that happened.
Okay.
No one actually like drink it. No, like he drank that himself,
Yeah.
apparently, accordingly.
And then also in reference to our investigation, I'm gonna point over to Eevee and go with this one's abilities. I thought it would be a good idea, not just with your abilities, but also with anything potentially we could end up coming across. And I'm gonna look over at Eamon and be like, hopefully this is taken seriously. But code names. So far, what we have is to address for Eevee. I believe that you came up with cobblestone. For me, it would be pufferfish. This is any kind of way that either if there's an illusion spell, if we're under disguise, if we run
Correct.
into each other at different. My God.
I want to be known hereforth as Brick.
Brick.
And
it's
when
essentially
I am
like we're
appointed to
working
as
the
Brick,
word into conversations, but
Right.
brick does work.
yeah, Brick does work.
thank you.
I'm gonna write this in our chat.
I'm also writing
It's
it
also
down.
very cool.
fucking tight.
That's why she stopped talking, because she can't argue with.
Yeah, it's really
Good.
good. That's solid.
How about you, Fitz?
As much as I hate it, you can say Frost. It's my actual first name.
Kind of a wild
Oh.
code name.
Yeah.
Mine's
I
Jason.
I don't know, Fitz. I don't know if you know how codenames work. Actually, that's
Well, it's a name I don't really use, so
Is fair.
Well, any of these words need to be something that can potentially come up pretty typically or easily in conversation.
like Brick
like,
and Frost
I'm always saying bufferfish. I don't know how you
and pufferfish.
Food.
Yeah.
A commonly eaten food. Yes.
hey,
And I don't know how.
We are in a seaside town.
What is it,
so-
I don't know how pufferfish are poisonous in this one. But what are we doing?
What do they deal with these cobblestones?
Yeah. I went down to the cobblestone pufferfish factory made out of brick, and it was a little cold and frosty out.
and if you do use my first name, I will know something is in trouble because it's not commonly used.
So even if you are, he's looking
Filing
at
that away into tragic family backstory.
he's looking around at everybody, and he's just like, if you are in trouble and you can't say, and you are talking to me, if you call me Frost, I will know something is indeed bad.
Okay. I don't have any name that you can call me. That'll
You call me statue.
you know.
So if you call me brick, I'll
Yeah.
understand that it is a neutral term. However, if you call me statue, I will then engage into physical combat.
Okay, immediately.
Green
gotcha.
means that I'm good to continue the scene.
You all have
Oh,
little
boy.
cards that you hold up. This X means that I don't want to be here.
We're all silent, holding things up in front of an enemy.
Playing cards, just like
Counterspell.
None of you have access to that.
nope.
Fuck.
I love this
Um,
campaign. Sorry.
So shall we get going, or you want to finish breakfast or whatever?
Give me 1 second. And can I take a look at this letter that's come from me? Does it look official or unofficial?
It does look official.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna take a few steps away and open it up.
Okay. It is a lengthy, detailed layout of your car's extended warranty.
Yes.
No.
Even though I
Damn.
are.
Yeah.
Which I can drive, apparently.
Yes.
My vehicle proficiency.
Yeah. You think back
So
to that
tight.
old Honda Civic. No, it is essentially a welcome letter from the Wallows Bastion. It is waiving your preliminary exam due to your success in the Champions Row District exam. And it is,
This is gonna be.
it's like a very,
anything to get you into the job.
it's so nice. It's so like handwritten note
Oh.
of this person just like, we're very happy to have you on board. Your first day is, 2 days from today, the day after tomorrow.
Great movie.
Your group is already looking forward to meeting you and have gotten your everything set up for you to arrive.
Oh no.
Sorry, y'all. I've got 2 D&D parties now.
Could you imagine that Sean has another party waiting for you, sir?
It's actually a different show.
Amazing. Fantastic.
It's called Happy Days.
Shove it into my robes. Where are we going?
I did want to pull Fitz aside, since
Yeah.
they're taking a chance to read. I'm just gonna tap him and kind of nudge to step away.
Mhm.
I'll be here.
She's gonna turn and be like, okay, 3 things. First and foremost,
What's up?
this team needs somebody other than Hesley, who's gonna be here directly, that can keep everybody and hold everybody accountable and to their position. As the person with the most experience, I would have volunteered myself, however. And she's kind of gonna suck up her pride a little bit, and
Mhm.
with how our interaction with the Bay Bastions went yesterday, I don't have as much experience as you in this field. And you were right in holding me to the job. I cannot speak for the rest of the group, but if it comes down to it, you have my vote. That being said, what do you think about hazing the new guys?
Well, depends on what your definition of hazing is. If it's much different than my definition, I'll have to let you know.
Well, at the harbor, we tend to do some test of courage and, freak some people out with some poisonous fish or some sea urchins and stuff. But obviously things are different inland, so I figured you might take the lead on this. We can go a little bit easier on Eevee. They've done a pretty good job. Eamon, however, he just gets on. Kid needs to learn about the real world. Is all I'm saying.
I mean, hey, he saw, I'm hoping it was his first dead body, and he acted appropriately to it.
What if we showed him another one? No.
There's gonna be several.
What if we made him one?
I mean, he's. I don't want to. I mean, he's very active. He's taking the advice I'm giving him to heart, and beyond that, and I can't help but find it. Cute's not the right word, but it's in the same realm.
Endearing.
Endearing. Thank you, Ghost.
No problem. He disappeared.
Yeah.
Sachets out the door. Through the door.
Yeah. Oh man. But I will, if goofy things occur, I will follow you in the bit. Though I'm not fine on pufferfish poisoning.
Not even a sea urchin, just sliding one in like underneath the bed sheets or something. Just that'd be so funny.
I mean, something tells me that anything in his bed might be sending a message of ill repute or ill-reputed people around. There was one where Horace's head was found in a recruit's bed, and that did not go well for anybody for weeks. I think we had to clean up the whole station for a month straight.
Well, I'm not saying anything that like leaves any kind of blood residue or anything like that. Anything we have to clean, but I'm just saying like something to keep the kid on his toes is all I'm saying. But if you want to play a bit more serious game, I get it. But third thing is I just wanted to ask a favor eventually after we clock out for the day, and in the future is I'll owe you a favor. I don't like being indebted to anybody, and this is not something I'm unfortunately able to do myself. It's nothing illegal, don't worry. Just nut I'd like to crack.
Sure, what is it?
Just a lockpicking thing.
Oh, okay.
Nothing that belongs to anybody that is still around.
Here, as part of the favor, I won't ask questions about where you got it from.
I don't even have a lot of answers to give, honestly.
But if you would give one, would you?
I mean, the only one I can give is that I found it in a location that hasn't been occupied in more than my lifetime.
Oh.
So, all I can say is it does not actively belong to anybody. What we will find inside is complete mystery. Hopefully just something that does not bite.
I hope it doesn't bite. If it's
Sean, I don't like that look you did.
Since it's been around for older than you said so I'll sure. What's it? You want to do this now or later?
It's nothing urgent. We can do this after our summons is completed.
Sure. Eamon, you gotta stop. You can't. If you're gonna suspect somebody, don't look like you can't look. You gotta not look like you're suspecting them.
I'm literally looking at Brinsley with oil on canvas. I'm
He's posing.
painting out his exact thing.
He's posing.
And I'll look back at you, Fitz, and I'll go, hey, jokes aside, Fitz, and I guess this is to really everyone. I just want to say, I hang out with a bunch of guys that we really bust our balls, each other's balls and stuff, and really, really mess around. And I just want to say, it is nice to be around people who take their job seriously and are so professional. And I just know you guys would never do something like that to me. And I really appreciate that.
No.
I'm gonna mage hand and slide it around him, and whatever drink is in front of him, I'm just gonna knock it over into his lap.
It is burning hot coffee.
I absorb it. Oh my god.
Brinsley catches
Brinsley
it.
tried to assassinate me.
Like a Secret Service.
He catches it full.
Yeah. Eamon, look out!
Right, well, I'm gonna go change my pants, and we should get going.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start like scolding him, like, kid, like you can't even keep a glass of coffee straight up on
That's
your
why
first,
I wear
like,
2 pairs of pants, Miss Tay, and I rip them off, revealing another pair under them.
He's always one step ahead.
And I go bada bing.
Bada bing. Bada bing, bada boom.
All right. Well, with that, if you guys are on your way, I think that is the perfect time for us to take a little bit of a break.
Amazing.
As we are,
Fantastic.
I assume, an hour and a half in. We did talk for like 17 minutes before this show started. My timer says we're about due for a break, so we're going to take one. But we will be right back in 10 minutes. Hope you guys are ready for a little bit of a conversation. It's about to get intense, dude. See you then. Bye.
See you then.
Bye.
Going back in. 5, 4. Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Happy to see you here. Guys, why do you look so surprised? Before the break, we were just doing a little bit of a preparatory conversation, a little role play, nice, easy breakfast. It's still like super early in the morning. The day's barely begun. But you guys had a bunch of stuff happen already. It's fantastic. But we are going to dive into the session as the players make their way towards the box, the head office of this district's bastions. Now, Fitz, are you helming this travel?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. You lead them towards or in the distance, the arena is visible, just sort of emerging from the side of the mountain ring that curves around the city. The Court of Steel, a very eye-catching landmark in this vista. Slightly off of that, to the direction you're heading would be southeast, so it would be off to your left. There is a large, like perfectly cubed building that is just sort of emerging from the rooftops, sort of over them. You can immediately recognize that is the queue or the box.
Looks like that's our destination.
Wow. Are there any, like, things we should know before we go in? Like,
I mean,
not
I'm
wearing
not sure
hats?
exactly what the. Well, did the note say exactly what the like? It was just to show up, right?
Yeah, it was at your earliest convenience today.
Yeah.
Come to the office.
Well, I don't know exactly what we're doing when we get there, but so just act professional when you get there. Be ready just in case if there is another case dropped on our lap. Get ready if we actually meet our captain, or any other bastions that may show up.
I swear to God, if those Bay Bastions put in a complaint, ooh.
I'm
I have like a
sure-
lollipop in my
Make that
mouth
face,
and I'm twirling it around. I know we're not in trouble, but it sure as shit feels like it.
Well, we're not in trouble.
That's good to know.
You will know when we are in trouble.
They always say that. And bang.
So, you guys approach the building. It is somewhat busy. The smaller waiting room of the other branches throughout the district don't really compare to this multi-tiered like line system of people waiting to file complaints, fill out paperwork. It looks like this is not just a place where people come to, fill out police reports. It looks like there are a lot of different things that this facility manages and keeps track of and houses. But the lobby is much larger, a very open space. One of the funniest things, actually, is on a board nearby, Eamon, you would notice the familiar face of Skinner. One of these
up.
scarred up wanted posters on the side of the office.
Great. Yeah, I mean, I should turn them in at any time, but I know I can't. All
Okay,
right, well, that sucks.
I'm just letting you know you see it.
anytime.
I've been to the box. I've been here. I've delivered stuff here. I see wanted posters for this guy everywhere. As long as it's not me. I say, and Eamon at the bottom. I'm saying this
They're
out
writing
loud.
a new one now. It's
Yeah.
like, this underneath it is bomb threat question.
Yeah, it's like a silhouette with a
shit.
question mark, and it says the lattice square bomber.
No, dude. Nothing blew up. It was simply a threat. Yeah. Well. Yeah.
It's safe.
But there is a reception desk that you are directed towards if you ask around. And
Yeah.
eventually, after being received at that desk, you are brought upstairs into the higher floor offices towards Director Hesley's office itself. They lead you to the hallway, but they don't follow you down it, just tell you which door it is. Are you guys going to just enter?
No.
Okay. Are you going to eavesdrop?
Look at that.
No.
Look at that hook. Look at that plot hook. Do I
I
hear
will-
anything?
You
do I
will-
hear anything with my passive perception?
I will say before you get to the top of the stairs, you will hear voices from beyond his door. Are you going to try to listen to what they're saying?
Sure.
Yes.
That is
Sure. I'll give you
different.
this hook.
What I'll do, even before we like really peer in, can I start mimicking the voice to see if we know which one is who? If like mimic both of them, because I don't really need to hear what they're saying, but it'd be nice to at least know what two subjects are, like who they are.
Oh, yes. So there are actually 3 voices coming
Okay.
from the inside of the office. One of them you can tell is the sort of deep, low resonant voice of Director Hesley.
Mhm.
The other one is a very angry voice that is aggressively trying to get a message across. You don't recognize it, but you do actually. Hey, I think you do recognize this voice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
You would familiarize this voice as one of the familiarly annoying voices from Dwell Harbor.
Ah,
Damn it.
do I know which one? Like who?
This
By name.
this would be Director Sevis
Oh, no.
Basilla.
Savis Bacilla. Spell that for us, please.
Sevous.
Eevee.
Oh no, I
Does he do
missed.
carpet cleanings too?
No. Sevis Basilla gets your home cleaner. Last name Basilla.
Well, there was a title before then, right?
It was director. He is the
Director.
same level of Hesley.
Yeah.
The third one, Fitz, you actually recognize.
Oh.
It is your former boss,
Oh.
Director Koth Bowman.
Yes. Oh man. Yes.
Bowman, sorry.
Spell that for me.
Koth.
They do vent cleanings.
HVAC. Beaumon. Bowman.
Come on.
Ah.
Yes.
I'm just gonna go. That fucking Bay Bastion director doing here?
Only one way to find out.
You-
Listen in before I knock on the door. So I'll listen in just a little bit.
Immediately what you hear is the voice identified as Sevis is saying, Hesley, 5 months of work is now flushed down the drain. Turntide has gone to ground, all because your little rugrats decided to play around in our district. And you hear Koth say, all right, I think things have gotten a bit out of hand. Let's just take a minute, calm down. Hesley immediately, you hear like a slam on a desk and a stand up. It's like, if your people could keep their shit together for 5 seconds, your district wouldn't be in such disarray already. And immediately there is like a, I can't even believe what I'm hearing. We have been after Turntide, and now he's completely gone to ground. We are going to have to start over from the beginning. And Hesley immediately cuts him off and says, yes, with one of his lieutenants, which we graciously handed to you. And there is a moment of silence where Cole's like, all right, I think we should probably take a break here and
I love Koth.
come back to this tomorrow. Trying
I
to
love Coth.
obviously play peacemaker in this very tense
I
situation.
think hearing Koth struggling to do this, he's gonna knock on the door.
1 second. As Hesley, you can hear him making his way towards the door. Opens it up and says, you're just in time. The director was leaving as he looks towards Sevis. As now you can see these two figures standing in the room with Hesley. Sevis Basilla is an Earth Ganassi. who has this sort of rugged hue, like earthy gray tones, but their beard is comprised of this like green and red moss that coats their chin and up along their head. You can see like cracks and scrapes from a long, hardy lived life just sort of break the coloration of the mold, but it does sort of give off this weird hair appearance. Wearing nothing you would say is fancy, but just sort of like distinguished, clearly more stationed than any of the bastions you had met the other day, and furious. The only thing you could describe this man as is furious, especially as he sees you all standing beyond the doorway. The other individual, Koth Boman, is a gold-scale dragonborn who is very refined. You would say that this person is probably the fanciest person you've seen in this building. Very elegant blue and gold robes to heighten their already naturally golden skin pigment. Standing there proud and surprised to see Fitz on the other side of the door for a second until something clicks and he's like, oh yeah, right. No, I knew this was happening. But it's sort of that like, oh yeah, I didn't expect you to be the one on the other side of the door. But
Sean knows that I'm not playing a high charisma player character this time and is filling his world with hot NPCs.
Everyone's hot.
Laughing at me.
Everyone's so hot.
Teasing me.
The city's on
Laughing
fire.
at my impotence. About to die.
And you see Kuth and both Kuth and Sevis drop their pens at the same time and say, oops, and they pick them up seductively. But no.
Sarah, I gotta play like a high charisma campaign with you at some point. As a bard main, I think it'd be
You
so
wanna
much
see
fucking
that?
fun.
For Sean's sake, you don't want to see that. He's been through enough.
Probably wouldn't be there if you guys are both playing by charisma. I would be somewhere else. But Sevis immediately says, oh, well, if it isn't the heroes of the hour. Wonderful job yesterday. I can't thank you enough for your dedicated work to the city.
Thank you, sir. Eamon, working on the title.
Eamon?
Nice to meet you.
You don't have a last name?
O'Malley. Eamon O'Malley.
Eamon O'Malley.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic.
Vince.
Sorry? Vince?
That's my name.
All right.
That's their name.
He sort of looks... He looks at Cetaceia and is like, that makes sense.
Is she just gonna raise an eyebrow like, hi?
It is...
Like she knew he was gonna be here to complain, so she just kind of smug.
Yeah. It is in your nature to ruin things that we have set up carefully.
That's a strange way to say thank you for doing your job.
It's not.
Doesn't matter where I'm positioned, it seems that I'm still a little bit
problem.
ahead of you guys.
I would say you're still a problem. Director, I
You're
can
welcome.
see you clearly have your hands full with this new group. I will leave you to it. And he will just sort of hastily make his exit out of this room.
Yeah.
And after a moment, hastily just sort of slowly closes the door, takes a deep breath, and Koth goes, what the hell?
Fitz will laugh out loud at that.
What is his fucking problem?
I think he got a sea urchin stuck in his ass a few years ago and hasn't replaced it with a tampon yet.
Shouldn't be laughing. That's not respectful.
No.
Oh, man, that was a lot. And you can see Hesley's just silently made his way back to his desk and is like just trying to forget the last 5 minutes of his life.
Yeah.
Says, well, it is a pleasure to meet you all. I am Director Koth Boman of the Lattice Square. Fitz, it is quite honestly wonderful to see you again.
It's good to see you
It
again,
has been
Director.
far too long.
I've missed your boisterous laughter, I will say.
Well, the Lattice Square misses you as well. Unfortunately, things being different, I would love to have you back there, but...
How are things?
Well, always as ever-changing, as you know the market to be. But we're doing our best without you at our side. Please, the rest of your compatriots here.
Yes. Eamon O'Malley, Vince.
Director, we've never met in person. I've delivered some of your correspondence to you, but I've always dropped it off at the secretary. So it's a pleasure to put a face to the name. You know?
Well, I don't often get couriers' names, so it's great to meet someone who does such excellent work for our city. Although I assume you're no longer doing that.
Yeah, hard cut off. Just kind of stopped, and now I serve our city for the better.
Glad to have you.
Good to be here.
Of course. You? Points towards you, Eevee.
Yes, I'm also a bastion.
Interesting for your name.
Well, I was hoping for it.
Yes, Eevee.
Eevee.
I've got a lot of nicknames.
I should love to hear them all one day. And you, Miss, I believe Cetacea was angrily shouted out at some point in this conversation.
Cetacea Elros, and she's gonna stick her hand out very boldly to shake his hand.
As soon as you say Elros, he's like, there are the pieces. Yes, hello, Miss Elros.
There's the rest of the
I pieced it together myself.
Yes.
Makes a lot more sense now. All right. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you all. I've heard very good things. Very good things. Now,
Are you sure about that?
That's awesome. I thought we were in trouble.
I heard bad things from him, but everyone else is pretty excited. The fact that Turntide's lieutenants don't get captured every day. That's pretty big. Part of the reason he's so pissed is because he didn't do it. His men were idly standing by.
That's an understatement.
Yeah, he usually
And
is.
at that time, she's gonna pull out a file of all of that she documented of their actions and put
Your
it
report?
on Hesley's desk.
Well, Hesley, you've definitely found yourself another good group. It's good to see another group of bastions helming Melodic Way. After,
After what?
As soon as you say that, he sort of looks at you confused, and then his face drops. And he turns to Hesley and he says, "You haven't told them." Hesley, at that point, has gone from being silent out of annoyed at the situation to being ashamed. You can tell that sort of shift in his demeanor has happened as he barely looks up to meet Code's eyes, and he says, "Hesley, you are not to blame for what happened. I believe you are also dismissed. I can handle things from here." And Code sort of says, "All right. It's kind of hard to avoid the topic now, but I understand. Good day, everyone. It is a pleasure to meet you. If you are ever in the Lattice Square, please let me know. If you need anything, Fitz, wonderful to see you back where, quite honestly, you belong."
Thank you, sir.
Of course.
Good to see you, too.
Well, take care, everyone. And he will make his way out of the room.
So just sit anywhere, or do we wait for you to tell us?
You can take a seat if you'd like to.
Yeah, great. I'll sit in the back.
Other side of the room, one chair against the wall.
Yeah.
I believe I owe you a bit of an explanation, so apparently. However, I would like to first congratulate you on your work yesterday. Regardless of what Severus has to say about any of this, you did good.
Thank you.
Good. I just want to make sure you
I'm
understand that, no matter what
Yes.
anyone else says, you did your job correctly.
Yes.
And we can go over what evidence you have collected.
I'm
However-
sure that will make it very hard for us if we try.
Well, they'll have to get through me. Now, it is true that there were bastions stationed at Lattice, or the Melodic Way station before you were placed there. some time ago, 3 of the Bastions stationed there were found murdered. And the 4th has not been located yet. It is believed that this individual at large is responsible for their deaths.
Oh. What's the name of the 4th person at large?
You're gonna make Sean spell it?
Yes.
Nah,
All
I'll
right.
just go phonetically.
Sick, dude.
BRINSLUI.
Big magic.
This individual's name is Vincent. Vincent Pamelli.
Pameli Vanilli?
Yeah, Milli Vanilli. Famous serial killer Milli Vanilli.
Oh my god. The lip sync killer.
Do you need me to spell Vincent?
No. Unless you spelled it weird.
I spelled it with a K. I'm not going to tell you where though. Pamelli. Pamelli.
Pamelli, okay.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, so, 4th member of the Old Bastions. Is he a suspect or is it?
He is currently
No.
the leading suspect. We just
Okay.
don't know where he would have gone.
2 questions.
I'm sure.
Did the case that you gave us for our first case have anything to do with leading into what you believe might be related to what happened to them?
No.
Okay. Second question, can I get the names of the victims?
Of course. And you see, he does sort of. Your words hurt a little bit as you say that, but he
Yeah.
does hide it well.
Oh no.
He's very matter of fact. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, he respects it a little bit, but he also is like, this is the point.
Also, like if he would have answered that like the first case was linked, she would have lost respect for him immediately as a commanding officer.
In no way, shape, or form does he think it's connected. He would have said that or given you a different
Okay.
case.
He would have to do another case because
Yeah.
that's crazy. That's crazy for a bunch of rookies.
Yeah, he's not going to give you your first cases, solve who
I
killed the
just didn't
people
know if
who
it was
whose
like
job
a
you have.
vengeance thing, you know?
Yeah. There is 3 individuals. Callista Evergreen. No, I mean, you need me to spell that shit? Because that's easy first grade name stuff.
No.
Good. It's spelled with a K. I'm not going to tell you where.
Son of a bitch.
The first name's Callista.
Yeah.
The second individual is Makar Vitiro.
Does this have an Irish spelling with like 2 C's and 1 capital?
Man, I don't know. I don't know what an Irish spelling is. I barely know English spellings. Mekahr.
Mekahr.
Yeah.
Damn.
Makar. My car, dude.
Like, okay.
The third name
Makar-
is
What was the last name for him? Mekahr what?
Vitero. Vatiro.
Tarot. Okay.
Yeah. And the third name is Sekra Livingston. Sekra. More like say that out loud in this room right now.
Yeah, I was facing the other way. I was facing the corner. Like those chairs. I just go, not anymore. Sorry, you said Sakura?
Yes, Sekra. Sekra.
Oh, Sakura.
Sekiro. Dice twice.
Secretariat, not
Yeah,
living.
now that I know these names, did I feel any kind of presence in the? Did I feel any presence in the headquarters where we were?
No, you would have. It would have been more obvious if you felt the presence.
Yeah.
There doesn't.
Were they murdered in the headquarters?
They were not. They were murdered elsewhere.
Oh, good.
Okay. I
I would have evicted.
Yeah,
I would have left.
they just cleaned up the bloodstains before you guys walked in.
Yeah. Oh boy.
No, they were murdered somewhere else.
Yeah, where's okay. Was it a case they were following?
We are uncertain what events led to this tragic event.
And clean background on this Pamelli guy.
That is a point of disagreement I had with some people. I believed that his background was inconsequential. I may have been mistaken about that.
Well, I, for one, am sorry for your loss. I'm sure they were good people.
They were. And I appreciate that.
So, what is the reason you called us here, Director?
Well, it was firstly to, again, congratulate you on a job well done. Not everyone's first day has them taking down the lieutenant of a well-known crime boss, especially for another district. So, well done.
Oh, okay. I mean, got away from us a little bit, but it was okay in the end.
Sorry, Director, is there a snake problem at the docks?
You said snake?
Yeah. Listen, I'm kind of new to the whole dead person thing, but to see a snake kill someone like that in front of me, it was disheartening.
Sweating. It's like immediate, like not sweating. Eamon mentioned snake.
Now I do want to clarify a single piece of information that I think is in a previous episode.
What's up?
Did you put in your report that you summoned a snake? Because I don't know if you fully know.
Still does not know anything about
That's
this.
totally
I
fine.
think what I put in the report is as professional as I could manage. I did say that a snake came out of my jacket, and I am getting rid of the jacket immediately.
Okay.
I'm like, it will no longer be accompanying me on missions.
Are you wearing the jacket now?
No, it's folded up and inside my bag.
Okay.
I was gonna and this doesn't have to happen because Eevee's now like sweating, but I was gonna like walk up and be like, thanks to this one here, we were able to save one of the lives that was at risk. Unfortunately, there was a random snake and there was that casualty that was unavoidable, as we have no idea where the snake came from.
Like making eye contact with Director Hesley.
Director has probably read the report.
He's the only
No,
one
he
who
hasn't. You
knows.
guys just carried
He
them in.
hasn't yet. He
They're sitting on his
hasn't.
desk, and he's just like, all right.
Gonna discover it in the report right now.
I mean, he is exceptionally good at reading people, so he's sort of staring at you back, just going, all right.
Yep.
Well, aside from
Come
that,
on, man.
aside from that one terrible snake incident, no, there had not been any snakes reported in that district.
I always wonder, on a day like that,
Hmm.
on someone's last, do they feel different? Does the sun shine brighter? Do they think more about the plans of what would happen after? And then a snake bites you. And it's just so...
Snake! Fucking snake! I didn't know it was gonna happen.
I'm
Did
sorry?
you just say that out loud?
Yeah. Crack.
Oh, so we did our job. Oh, okay. I got it.
I've never killed anybody before. I mean, I've seen tons of dead bodies, but I've never killed anyone. And technically, that was me because
That
the
was the
snake came
snake.
out of my robe.
What is the legality of a willpower of a snake if they go and kill someone, summoned by a cleric?
I'm fine.
There are a few. All right. He just
I am
looks
on
over
Eevee's side.
to. He looks over to make
And
sure
I think that
the door
fucker
is
deserved
closed.
it, actually. And I think he should have been eaten by the snake. Next time, Director, permission next time for the snake to eat the body.
You can't eat the body. You can't eat the body.
There are
You can't eat the body in an hour.
a number of different levels of legality towards the conjuring of a creature and your responsibility to its actions afterward. This sounds like it was an accident.
Yes, I will not be wearing that piece of clothing anymore.
That's full of snakes. What do you...
It's full
I
of
wouldn't put on any piece of equipment full of snakes.
Yo, this jacket's chock-a-block busting out of the seas with snakes.
practically
Did you know it was
all
there?
snake.
Snake's just falling out.
All right, I think we can file this as an accident. I don't
I
even.
say so.
I'm gonna read the reports and I'm gonna see
I
what
put
shakes
it in the
loose.
report. I did put it in the
I
report.
appreciate that.
You should read the
Okay,
report.
well, now that I know that, ignore all the philosophy stuff I put in the report about snakes and the
The
living.
philosophy
Okay.
stuff. It's like
Yeah,
an extra 2 pages of philosophy.
It's like an extra 2 inches taller than everyone else's.
And the last line is just, I think, therefore I am.
I slither
I am
therefore.
the first person to have thought of this.
I slither, therefore I slink.
Oh, fuck.
I slink therefore I am. That's perfect. We came up with it. Sorry.
Cetacea's gonna raise her hand though and be like, digression.
Hmm?
Has an autopsy been reported and/or has the venom been extracted? And if so, is it possible I can take that as evidence?
The venom from the deceased Orman?
Yes.
No, there has not been an official autopsy released yet.
Can I be notified as soon as there is?
Sure.
Speaking of
Thank you.
notifications,
Hmm?
Director Hasley, where is our captain?
Yep. Should have done that as well. 1 second. He just sort of goes over to one of the drawers on the desk and pulls out a piece of paper, writes something down, and then walks over to the window and releases the paper into the air and it turns into a bird and flies away. Your captain will be here shortly, I'm sure. Sits down back at his desk and says, all right, the pieces of evidence you've uncovered, should we discuss those or? I'd like to know at least firsthand what you've found and what you think of the situation. I will read the reports to get a more detailed understanding of events as they unfolded. But if you have any theories, any thoughts?
Well, this starts with a poisoning at a drug lab. The poison that was in our victim is a new thing they're working on. The newest development. They didn't make that until what was a few weeks ago, I believe.
It was
said,
fairly
right?
recent, yeah.
Yeah, it's a few weeks before the victim's passing. Seems Turntide is perhaps moving on to stronger alternatives or stronger answers to problems.
From what I was able to gather at the crime scene, it seemed like it was trying to be manufactured as if it was some type of medication. It was in our victim's body from a prolonged use. One thing that was documented from our guys that we were able to investigate from is that he was reported to have exceptional strength, whether that be from him as a fighter or something that had accumulated from the drug use. We don't know quite yet if it was an enhancement drug or not, but...
Yeah.
All right.
It is obvious that he was responsible for cooking books, for taking off the top of Turntide's operations, and he will pull out the evidence of the shorthand.
Mhm.
We found this in the lab. They tried to get rid of it. Luckily, the page survived. And we'll slide it over the table.
We think that might be possible formulation. There's an asterisk beside one of the shorthand. It might be a more concentrated version. Because with the wyvern poison that was in our victim's body, we did accumulate at the site that they were trying to concentrate it to make it a bit more potent.
And at this point, the doors burst open, and a very sort of annoyed half drow, half elf comes in holding a folded up swan and says, "I swear to Christ, Hesley." The very elegantly dressed, long, wide-brimmed hat, sort of one side shoulder cape, this very vibrant blue, and for a bastion of the city, very, very well dressed, overly dressed, probably more so than the Dragonborn. You can't fuck me.
You can't.
You all fucking nerds and don't have charisma. You can't fuck shit.
I've got negative in charisma. Can I still try?
The thing is, I have charisma. It's just that I've made the decision that this character does not try to seduce people. That's not their bag. And
Everyone's gonna
Sean
be
knows it.
so hot, dude. Anyway, they come in and slam this letter down on Hesley's desk, closing the door behind them, obviously, and says, "What is wrong with you? What? I've been waiting on these new assignments for like what, 2 days?" And just sort of looks at everyone. "Hi, how's it going? I'm Yuri. Come on, man."
Come on, man.
And he's just like, "I apologize, but you are just in time to help us with this investigation. Isn't that convenient?" She just sort of like, whatever. All right, what are we doing? "Hi, it's very nice to meet you all. We can do introductions after this. What do we have so far?" And he goes over exactly what you've said so far. So you think this is some sort of poison production, some sort of medicine, you said?
Yeah, a drug of some kind, first and foremost, that
And-
started to transition into poisons.
That's what killed this
likely
individual.
It's likely our victim didn't even know that the poison he was consuming was poison to begin with. If it's assumed, we still need more evidence to back this, that with him consuming this over a prolonged time frame, it was giving him some kind of benefits, and he wasn't even aware of the fact that it was killing him. When he came in contact with the wyvern poison, it seemed he was becoming greedy.
And as he's sort of done looking at the shorthand list you gave him, he'll just sort of hand it off to Yori, while absentmindedly just like thinking in his own head. And they sort of scan it over. And at a certain point, they stop and say, "Hang on a second. Remember, like, what was it, 4 or 5 months ago? We had a string of, what was it? There was a tournament we had to cancel because there was, people were talking about maybe it was filled with a bunch of people who were cheating. The thing they were talking about taking. You remember what it was called?" And Hesley's just sort of sitting there going, Yeah. They referred to it as giant growth hormone. And she points to this list and says, GGH. Interesting. So maybe they're connected.
What did this do? Giant growth hormone?
It was basically like an enhanced steroid. It would it distilled from giant anatomy, would potentially change the physiology of whoever took this drug for a prolonged period of time. It was deemed unsafe because it would, the effects were negative. They weren't, death, but loss of one's self-control, more aggression, clearly stronger physiology. Made it a pretty useful tool for some of the fighters to use.
I mean, the goons we were talking to, the three other than the lieutenant, were talking about how strong our Vic was. So if he was taking this GGH, there's a connection there. Perhaps the other names on this list are also drugs of some kind.
It's not a bad theory. All right, well, it's interesting though. They have two different versions of the same substance.
Either they improved it, are trying to concentrate it, or are targeting a new audience or consumer, possibly.
Well, in any case, I think we have pretty good handle on the situation. You guys seem to know exactly what you're doing. And do you have steps on where to go next?
I mean,
Do we have permission to pursue this?
He sort of looks towards Yori for a second, and they just go, yes, you should continue following this investigation. I didn't know you were going to do that already.
So when we do the paperwork tonight, do we do same number, or is this the next number?
next.
Well, this is the same case, technically.
Okay, so it's the same one. Okay, I just wanted to make sure the paperwork stuff.
As long as there's a thread that connects them, then you would use the same case.
Oh, okay.
To keep
Okay.
them all.
You would go A, B, C,
Yes.
then etc.
Okay. But if we have another case and that connected, would that case number change, or is that?
There would be extra documents to tie the two together, but it would be its own case to start. And if it did tie back, we would close that loop.
Yeah, there'll be an addendum in the second document talking about the first one.
I'm gonna hold on. So how many
Oh,
what shenanigan points is it again to know a guy? Oh, sorry. How many shenanigan points is it to know a guy?
I think it's 2.
to know a guy. I think so.
Okay, I definitely have 2. So I'll spend 2.
Let's go.
I actually know someone who works with the fighter pits.
Oh, really?
Maybe that would give us some inclination of some kind of use, how it's being distributed. We also found that there may be some way that it's getting around through shipping materials. The warehouse had a collection of different things,
Oh, it's interesting.
but that's a loose thread.
Oh, what are their name and what do they look like?
What do they look like?
And the name,
Short,
please, if you would be so kind.
short but lanky. It's
Short
weird.
but
They
lanky.
yeah, and they have a hunchback.
Oh.
Their name
Yeah,
is
I asked for that one first, but
no,
okay.
I know their name. Of course I know the name.
Yeah.
It's Paint Trivago.
Like the travel company.
I've never heard of that one, sir. I'm sorry.
No, you should get out more. It's a big world out there. Paint Travago, short and lanky hunchback. Did you say what species they were? Just so we can be on the lookout to bring them in for questioning, or
Yeah, of course. They're
this is what you do to other people, you motherfucker.
No, it's cool. I know. Yeah, they're a deep gnome.
Deep gnome.
Mhm.
Don't see many of those in the service.
No, and they have a great Australian accent.
I sure do.
I should note that we also have an associate of our victim, a trainer who worked with them. Perhaps we can also question them
That is true.
about what their regimen was, and anything beyond that.
All right. Well,
I also would like to ask some legality questions as well. Where I come from, I kind of specialize in certain poisons with my family's how we were born, basically.
mhm.
And so I'm able to deduce a lot about poisons. However, would it be okay if to learn more about them and to try to speed up this process with the lack of evidence that we have, do the best I can to fill in some blanks and experiment on trying to remake this, some of what the poisons that we come across are. Because the one that we found that they created this giant growth hormone, there's a lot of blanks. I've never come across anything like this.
And at this point, Yori actually chimes up and says, so long as it pertains to the investigation and you document your work, make sure everything is properly disposed of, I don't see a reason why you couldn't continue that work. It sounds incredibly helpful, honestly.
Just want to make sure I'm doing everything by the books.
Yeah, just don't throw it in like the sewers. We have had people do that before.
I live in the ocean. Why would I try to dispose anything into the ocean?
Just,
It's bad enough with the trash that you people throw in there anyway.
I just have to make sure.
Is there? And Fitz will walk up to our captain,
Mhm.
to Yori, who will offer his hand to shake.
Yeah, shake it.
It's great to finally meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Sorry it didn't happen sooner.
I will say I was surprised that it didn't happen sooner either.
Well, after this little get-together, we can actually have a proper conversation about what your job is. They just sort of like get really annoyed at this whole situation and just they keep giving Hesley side glances the whole time.
Yeah. Is Hesse like looking away, or is
Yeah, oh, he's for sure like, oh, this is important paperwork.
he's reading the snake report?
Yeah, he's facing.
I show him my picture of me in a trench coat.
Yeah, he's next to you in the chair on the wall. But yeah, that is a conversation I would love to have with you guys after this is all set.
We have our leads. We have a guy. We have our already established suspect.
Do you guys, by any chance, have anyone in a forensics field that could potentially piece together charred remains of a notebook?
Do we have that? Do we have those charter remains?
You have the charter remains. You do not have the spine of the notebook.
You know the spine of the notebook.
That is in the wind somewhere.
It's in the
Oh,
way.
wait.
It's
Wait.
Assholes have it.
they tossed it. Remember?
How many points is it to do a flashback where we go back and get it?
That would be 2 points.
Well, I do have the charred remains, so I don't think we need the spine. Do not give this man any more points. I'm feeding him like.
How many points do you have, Sean?
I got I got 2 2/3. 2 3/4. Sorry, I have 1 point away from getting another point.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I've almost got.
You just retcon that there's a bomb underneath them. And you're just TPK.
That's how you keep it tense. You show the audience the bomb, but it never goes off, baby.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, very
That's
Hitchcock.
what Winston Churchill. Oh, it's Hitchcock. Shit. They're both fat. What do you
Refined
want from me,
filmmaker
dude?
Winston Churchill.
They're both fucking fat. But yes, you
Fat.
can. They do mention we do have people who are versed in restoring tomes. It does, it really only capable if you have all of the remains of the book. We could potentially try.
Speaking
Right.
of materials, I will ask if it is at all possible for us to get our essentials, as it were, as bastions.
Yes, that is the meeting we're having after this. She just sort of like whispers to not hurt Hesley's feelings anymore. She's just like,
I will say-
yes, I know how to do my job.
I will say, as for the charred remains, you might be able to check with the Bay Bastions, because all of the evidence, of course, that we collected that did not pertain to this case was attempted to hand over to them, so they should be in possession of a charred spine of a notebook.
So it should go perfectly well trying to talk to them about getting anything at
Well,
all.
They should be really easy to talk to.
Yeah.
I can.
If they have it, and if they have potentially mishandled evidence, of course that would be taken up with their higher-ups, their director, correct?
Yeah. Did they?
Look at it.
I'm sorry. Are you accusing them of tampering with evidence right now?
From what I witnessed, however, of course, I don't know if anybody was responsible enough to go back. I'm trying to give them the benefit of a doubt. However,
Okay. Yeah.
They did toss, but they did toss, and they'll see on Fitz's face like it's a light, like they did toss evidence that we had collected.
I'm getting mixed messages,
Away.
but I'm going to follow this. I want to see what
Yes.
this leads to.
Yes, yes.
Okay, I'll put in the
Should be
requisition
entertaining.
forms if they have
any
it.
way that I can throw the Bay Bastions under the bus, I'm gonna fucking take it.
I expect nothing less. So it seems like you guys have your next few steps. This trainer, this wonderful paint guy you mentioned, should be fun.
Pink Travago.
Paint Travago. Yeah.
Travago.
Doctor.
He's definitely real.
Doctor?
Doctor.
Doctor?
Not like the official kind.
Oh, okay.
Oh, like a chiropractor?
We never got into it.
Take that, chiropractor.
Oh,
No.
you never
Watch it.
Wait, he called himself doctor and you didn't ask any more questions?
Why would I judge so? I didn't ask you why you're a director.
And you're
You fool.
one of mine? No, that's cool.
No, you're the. I know you're the. Oh right, yeah, Hesley's. I'm not kidding. One of my posters behind me just fell off. Listen,
What are you doing, kid?
Captain.
Oh, we're serious. Yeah. What's up?
Oh, I was thinking. I'm sorry.
It took you that long?
Yeah. No, I just didn't know
Damn.
how. I didn't know how
Sorry.
to go about it.
Go about
Just the next part of the conversation.
this.
He's new.
This is an introduction. This is the first time I'm being introduced to you as a person.
Technically, that's Hesley's fault.
You know what? That's fair. And this is like, all right, I think this meeting has gone on about as far as
Get out of my office at this point.
yeah, we've run a course on this. I think we're all good. We know what we're doing next. We should probably go do that. Thank you very much for meeting here. Let me know if you need anything. He just sort of like gives up. It's like,
Thank you, sir.
Get out of here. And they're like, come on, we'll go to my office. And they take you just down the hall a little bit to a much smaller office than theirs, obviously. But there are a number of implements lined up along the desk. They say, these are what you probably should have received on your first day. There are 3 things lined up, one for each of you. There is a small sort of like handheld device that has almost like a gauge meter on it with these different colored crystals embedded in it. They say, this is
There's the crystals.
Yeah, those are that's a wild thing to just say for no reason. No, I'm kidding.
Am I invisible to you sometimes? Like,
Who said that? What? No.
you're lucky it's your birthday.
I know. I'm so lucky it's my birthday, everybody. This is your orometer.
Mm-hmm.
It will help you detect any sort of leftover magic in the area. Very useful tool. Please do not lose it. They are very hard to replace. Kind of expensive. But you can use those. Those are all yours. The other thing you notice is like this wrist, not like a bracelet, but almost like I guess it would be like a bracelet, like a longer forearm
Like
bracelet.
a bracer?
Bracer, that's what it's called. It's a bracer, everybody. I said it first, and there's a little. No, there's a.
Cut out me suggesting it.
I would
Like,
never
"Bracer."
cut you out. I don't know why you guys think I don't listen to you.
And we're back.
Hey, we're back. We're back in the break. There's a small enchantment engraved into like the filigreed metal of these sort of wired bracers. They say this is your communications device. They are, they work. They're pretty good. They won't work far range. Like if you get out of the district, you might lose each other, but they should be able to connect you as a group. They are, you can hear them if you are trying to sneak around. So be cognizant of that. This model does not keep your messages to yourself. So if there's
Is
anyone
there a volume button?
What? No. It is.
It just
Lovely.
is.
Yeah.
It just
You can turn it off, but that's it. It's off or on, unfortunately. So those should all work, allowing you to keep in touch with each other. And lastly, we have your essentially signing bonus, which we try not to call it that, but that's what it is. And you each get a handful of gold just to, keep you afloat of any sort of needs or payments, bills, until your first pay period comes in. That would be at the end of this week. So not too far away, but this should be enough to probably hold you over if you need to.
Excuse me, Eamon, where is the money that I gave you for my drink?
That is a great question.
I thought you said that.
Oh,
Wait,
leave
you
it
said
to me to give back to you.
Yeah.
Shirking your responsibilities already. Alrighty.
No.
I'm
Wait,
not.
How
gonna
many did you
get-
say? A handful?
It's
Oh,
one handful, yes.
One handful.
We
okay.
got 2 handfuls last night. Yes. Let me give it to Eamon so he can give it to you.
What the fuck is happening?
I could also hold on to this one if you want me to. There is potential that it could grow over time.
It's an investment.
This could all be
It's almost a
said.
guarantee.
This could all be said after you leave my office.
Yes.
I just want to.
Sorry.
You're almost done.
Just feel so comfortable around.
Yeah.
I know I've, got one of those.
I didn't say it.
I'm one of those managers.
Just
I'm one of you
Just think
guys.
of-
Didn't
You know,
start hitting on the director.
they sit backwards in their chair.
Just think as camaraderie.
That
We're in a team.
is the best like candidate. So that's probably what I'm going to think of. Okay, we're all good. You've got your stuff. You've got. Don't go to Hesley if you need anything. Come to me. It'll happen faster.
Okay.
But if you do need anything, feel free to contact me. I work with a few of the other teams in the district, but I want to make sure you guys have everything you need.
Yori, what's your code name?
My what?
Your code name? Like your like the name you'll do if there's a presence of danger, and
Oh, Nighthawk.
that's so fucking good.
Yeah.
That's so good.
You
Mine's
guys,
Locke.
I'm glad you guys already had that conversation.
No, it's
Yeah.
Brick.
Yours is Brick. Don't forget your code name now.
I was like,
know.
don't make me change it.
I'm sure Brick will serve you well.
Also, Cap, I've already put in word with someone else, but I was just wondering who was in charge of cold cases in this office.
Oh yes, we did receive that message. I can work on getting you cold cases if you want some assigned to you. Although you do currently have an active case, we
yes,
prefer you focus on that first before we go.
of course.
You know,
Just
and-
wondering.
Okay, but if
An
you
old habit from my old job.
totally get it, and if you're interested in taking on any cold cases or any additional work, I'm happy to facilitate that. But first day, first case.
Of course.
That's,
Priorities.
yeah, that's
Understood.
sort of a kick the hornet's nest going into 12 Harbor like that. So
You sure did.
not my decision, not your fault. Let's move on from there.
He's kind of the bad boy of the Bastion directors.
He genuinely is because he hates his job.
it's not bad
on
boy.
me.
He's a bad
It's not
director.
bad boy. It's just bad.
Yeah, he's a bad director. Shouldn't have his
Got
job, but he's
depression and got bad at his job.
fine. But yeah, you are given leave. Should you have any more questions, feel free to ask them. But you are free to leave and go about the city as you deem.
Nice.
Um,
Set it on fire.
Sean,
Okay.
how is it about time for me to go pay the piper?
It is.
Or is that tomorrow?
It is. Tomorrow is like the last day you have.
Okay.
But if you want to leave him waiting till the last day, that's on you. You could do it today and get it out of the way if
Guess
you
I
want
should
to.
not.
What a
And I'd
statement
also-
to say.
Yeah. Well, that's where I will be heading, I guess.
Okay. So you're
I'm
splitting
gonna
off.
stop by. I'm gonna stop by Hesley's office really quick.
Okay. Interesting. A few last minute things. Let's do the Hesley thing first, because he's right around the corner.
I'm just gonna knock on the door and slide in really quick and just ask to maintain being professional and to make sure we all know what we're getting ourselves into. The case that the previous group was sent on before the accident or setup or whatever it may or may not have been, was that case ever finished?
It was left unsolved.
Can I get the file for that?
No.
I don't plan on investigating myself. I just want to keep it in the back pocket of knowledge that our team has for future reference.
Should time come when you need that information, I will hand it to you personally.
I would hope so. She's gonna slide back out. And I have half a mind to go and ask Yuri, but I'm not going to.
Yeah,
Okay.
if you thought that for the director to be like, no, you think the captain of the ones who were in charge ain't gonna work.
Interesting.
That might be a bad choice.
He does seem capable of doing his job when he wants to do it.
It's the best kind of boss.
Okay. Unless there's anything else anyone wants to do in this district, I think we could slide over to Eamon. You're separating yourself from the group?
Yeah, just for a bit.
Okay.
We go on lunch or something?
Yeah.
I
Take 5.
I say I gotta go get my hat from the dry cleaners, and I nudge Eevee. And it's very obvious.
Hat from the dry cleaners.
Okay.
Oh.
You need any help ever
No.
getting your hat? Not.
I have Lady Luck on my side.
Okay.
He
You leave-
looks devastated hearing that. Not like, just like, oh no.
alarm
Is
bells
Lady Luck
ring.
another god in the pantheon?
Can I just stop there real quick?
Lady-
Or no? Is there not?
Where?
To the bot, the robot that has my hat.
Yeah, you can go there on the way. You know the alley.
Yeah,
is
I'm
in
just
the
gonna
other
stop on the way. I'm gonna stop there.
night. All right.
Please just throw the hat and go.
I fancy you coming to get some more experience, Lotion.
Can I buy my hat back?
2,000 gold.
2,000 gold.
It's
This
important.
is
How
insane.
important is it to you? It's a good hat. I like it.
Oh my gosh.
My character.
Fine, here's 2,000. I'm gonna try to rip it off and run.
Okay. Go ahead and make an athletics check.
It's like,
Like, it's part of my character, you son of a bitch. You can't do
nat
that.
one. I'm not even joking. I'm not even fucking joking. It was
You
a
wanna
nat
use
one.
a fucking
I'm
point?
dead serious. I think I have one more. Sure, I'll use a shenanigans point.
Oh
no.
I'm not kidding. I am not joking. I am not joking. It's another nat one. I will take a picture of this right now.
It's my birthday.
God.
Oh my god. Yeah, two nat ones in a row.
Sarah, I know we joked
Not
about
joking.
dice being manipulated by computers.
Those are
but
physical
this-
dice, I'm pretty sure.
These are physical dice, though.
They are
but
physical dice.
These
yeah.
are physical
Sure,
dice.
D&D Beyond's
That's
not looking at
because
us
I
now.
snuck into Zach's home and I replaced his dice with
Right.
other ones.
They're those
Right.
USB
Oh.
dice. You can make a...
Those USB dice.
All right. So
Awesome.
as you
Sick,
go
sick,
in to
sick.
just swipe the hat off this thing's head, its head just completely disappears into its torso. And you just grab a handful of air as it head pops up. It's like, hey, what the
I put my left hand not facing him. I have a lit cigarette for some reason, and that's why they call you the best, huh? I'll play you for it.
And he, as you turn around and say, I'll play you for it, he's holding your coin purse and says, hey, I'm
Oh
pretty
my
good,
God.
kid. I'm pretty good. You can't get one over on me. He sort of like flexes his wire chain that he made. So,
God, it is so cool.
I
What are you
wanna
gonna do?
I want to just be in the alleyway and being like given this hat back.
hey, here's what you do. Here's what you do. And he sort of like pours your gold all over the floor and splits it in half. This like dirty alley floor. He's just kicking your money around in the dirt. He's like,
Bitch.
yeah, I'll give you this. And he sort of slides you like half of your coin purse. And he says, I'll keep this for just in case you want to come back and earn it back. And I said, so.
So I get my hat, and I get to take half the gold back.
Hi, is it? This is my hat. This is
I
my
thought
hat.
I
now.
would.
This is my hat. This is, everyone knows, this is Shiny Bill's famous hat that he has and loves. And
Shiny Bill.
that's my name. What, you think, or what, I got some stupid name like Paint Travago or some shit?
Don't you dare talk about Paint Travago that way. He's a doctor.
No, he owes me a
All
little
right.
more than you do, so
Oh, that's good information.
Keep the gold. I'll be back.
they always come back to Shiny Bill. You say that,
Shiny Bill.
you're leaving the alley, you
That
hear
was-
Keep the gold.
talking to himself.
I'm shadowboxing.
No, no,
You gotta pay off your debt. I don't know what the fuck.
The
you're
second
doing.
I'm like 3.
The second you turn the corner, he's like on all fours. Like, oh, fuck, I shouldn't have given him his money. Picking up the gold out of the dirt.
Jesus
Okay.
Christ.
That was
I'm
fun.
gonna go. Yeah. Good use of time.
Yeah,
Good
great.
God.
You lost.
I'm gonna go to.
Okay, you
I have
continue
no
on
money.
towards the
I have
rusted
no
screw.
money.
This can't be a bit. This has to happen.
Listen, this is gonna work out. It's all gonna turn up. It's all gonna turn up
The
golden
ball's
aces.
gonna roll uphill.
We can't. That's
Shiny
copyright.
Bill, yeah.
Shiny Bill.
Is it? Shiny Bill.
The auto gnome, yep.
The automaton.
So you go to the rusted screw after that.
Yeah, I
Okay.
will.
So
Yeah.
nothing could possibly go worse. So let's go to the. Let's go visit Walter.
Yeah.
Okay. You turn up. The rusted screw is kind of as lifeless as it's ever been. Go ahead and give me a perception check on your way in, if you'd be so kind. Now that you've rolled,
Oh,
got two,
Do
got
not
two
worry.
of the
I'll use
ones
the
out of the
same
way.
dice even. Oh my gosh. Focus.
You got both the ones out of the way and no shenanigans.
Okay. Perception.
Yes.
19.
That's really good. All right. So, as you're walking into the building, there's that familiar, just sort of like empty, large space. Every sound carries much further than it should because there's almost nothing to block the sound and only hard surfaces for it to bounce off of. The only group of people you see in this room are at a far table on the right side of the room. Skinner is sitting at a table with two other goons that you know happen to orbit around Walter. They are Pippin and Mabel. They're sort of like these, twin ogres. Pippin, super friendly. Mabel, kind of a dick. But as you walk in, Pippin just goes, "Hey, how's it going? Nice to see you. Welcome
Good to see you,
back."
Pippin, Mabel, Skinner. Yeah, good to see you. Hey, is the big man busy? I got a report.
You get a haircut? Something looks different.
Yeah, I lost my hat. The wind took
Was
it.
the hair? I'm sorry to hear that. And as they sort of like shift out of the way, you actually see there are a few other individuals at the table sitting, talking to Skinner. As these two are supposed to be keeping guard and keeping people away, but there's no one here, so they're just sort of fucking around. You see three other people. These sort of shoddily dressed humans. Actually, weirdly enough, they kind of dress similarly to you. With the workers' outfits, this overalls. You can see one of them has this sort of loose-fitting shirt. And underneath the shirt, on like their right pectoral, you can actually see one of their tattoos has this strange design of a few letters. It says KSC.
I don't know anything about that.
That's up to you. You don't know anything about it on this person, but it is on a list you were just looking at not 20 minutes ago.
Caca! It's all that
thinking.
drug list. Caca!
What?
It's on the
I'm
list.
thinking, I'm thinking.
It's on the list you were just looking at in Hesley's office.
Right. And that would be
Caca! Shorthand! Caca!
shorthand. I'm like, as I turn beat red IRL.
That's totally fine. The list of letters you have, it has those three letters on it.
Oh, that one. Okay, so that was not what I was thinking about. Okay. I thought that's what you meant, and then I thought you were talking about something different.
No.
Okay. Yeah, I'll walk over to him just real quick. How's it going, fellas? Sorry to break in. I was
Fitz,
just
get the
wondering,
fuck out of here. This is a private
Yeah,
function.
no problem. Hey, one quick question. That is a nice tattoo. Where did you get that? I've been looking for one myself. They gotta take the feathers off, though.
I think you should probably get upstairs.
Mm.
This is Skinner talking to you now.
Oh, all right. Hey, no problem. I'll head upstairs then. Fucking asshole.
And they all just sort of go back to their conversation as Skinner points his head over towards you, and Mabel sort of just follows you around. Make sure you don't get any closer to the table.
All right, cool. No problem. I'll head upstairs.
Okay. Inside the office, the newly renovated office that you paid for the renovations for, or still paying for the renovations for, Walter is seated at his desk, patiently going over a few documents, writing in a few different books. Says, Mr. O'Malley. Yes,
Good to see you, sir. How you doing?
Well, I've been doing wonderful, and I hear you've been doing the same.
Yeah, you could say that. Learning a lot.
Yes. Taking on Turntide.
Yeah, he's seeing a person you're acquainted with. Because to be honest, he's got to tighten his ship a little bit.
I wouldn't say we are known to do business together, no. But it is interesting you've decided to kick that particular hive of bees. My famous saying.
I'm sure it's keeping the heat off yourself. Is that not what you were looking for? I'll cross my legs and lean back a little bit. I'll take a sucker out and put it in my mouth.
Okay. Interesting. You don't have money, but you seem to have endless supplies of lollipops.
they have them at the office.
Fair enough. I assume everything went well, seeing as how you have assimilated with the Bastions and are currently a part of their team.
Things here and there. Things you were looking for, I'm sure. Is any details you're looking at specifically?
Yes, I would like to know what you've currently been investigating.
There was a body that showed up somewhere around the docks. We followed the trail back to some men that you know of, I guess, apparently, Mr. Turntide's men. We were investigating a little bit. Seems that they were making some kind of poison, and it killed the guy.
Interesting.
Beyond that, we followed some guy, his name was like Humpty Dumpty or something, brought him over just to Turntide, accidentally got himself killed, and oh me, oh my, we have to do the Bastion thing and save his life.
I see. And are there any interesting pieces of evidence you've come across?
Burnt notebooks, no letters. I'm sure in a couple of days some kind of forensic squad can get something up. I found a wire. I have misplaced it since then. Yeah, I think that's about it.
Sorry, can you repeat what you just said again?
There was a wire that I ripped out of the walls for gambling money.
This is for Sean. I need you to relist the pieces.
Oh.
I know that, dude. I was there.
Yeah, I said the wire, and then I said the notebook that was burned, that some information might be found on.
Okay. Can you make me a deception check?
7.
Are you sure there isn't anything else you're forgetting?
Yeah, but there's no confirmed way of knowing this. There's another man on the inside. There's a man, his name is Shiny Bill. He's been going around, and he's an informant for the cops. We've been learning a couple of things from him. One thing was, we don't have all the letters, but something GH. And Shiny Bill came over to the director for that.
Oh, this is a difficult check to ask for. I can't decide if I want it to be a persuasion or deception. So I will allow you to choose which one of those you would like to do. They have different DCs.
I'm definitely deceiving him. Like,
Okay.
that's not truth.
This robot gonna get
This is actually a really important role, and let's see. Okay, 13.
You're gonna get this robot fucking killed.
Okay. With the 13, you see his eyes sort of confused at the letters you mentioned, and just sort of like write something down on one of the books in front of him. It says, all right, in this Shiny Bill you mentioned, they are on the inside.
Yeah, I think pretty much doing the same thing you're doing with me, but other way around.
A CI.
CI, BI, whatever you want to say. I'm sure that they are scum.
I don't know what I was expecting. All right. That is good to know. Should they come across any more pertinent pieces of information about this investigation, I do hope you'll remember our agreement and will keep me abreast of any of those developments.
I'm not doing it for any other reason, sir.
I should hope not.
Great. I bite down. And what's up with these guys outside?
Well, you should be getting back. The city is in dire need of protection. I hope you have a wonderful day.
You too, sir. I'll be seeing you around. Hopefully you will be seeing Shiny Bill. All right. I've said too much. All right. And I walk out.
Okay. And you are free to go.
Okay. Yeah. I'll walk down one more time. And I'll say au revoir, new folks. Good to see you. And I'll see you on the flippy dip.
Okay. As you begin to approach the table, Mabel does sort of stand and move to intercept you as they've been instructed. Go
Mhm.
ahead and make me a perception check. One last check as you leave.
16.
16. Okay. As you are approaching, before you actually say anything, you do hear a little bit of the conversation from this distance. Again, sound does carry a little bit here. You hear Skinner saying, "There may be a hiccup in the plan, but we don't like stumbling and staying down. We will be back shortly. Okay? Just stay by, stay ready. Distribution cannot be disrupted." And at that, you are sort of intercepted, and they stop the conversation and turn to you.
Oh, Abel, I didn't realize you wore your best ugly today. Hey, listen, if I had money, I'd put one in your pocket to get you a little bit of cosmetic surgery. However, I am broke at the moment, but that won't be true so much longer. Oh, did you put hot garbage on again today? It's my favorite cologne of yours. All right, I'm out.
You're really
Not you.
lucky that dead men don't pay debts.
Always a pleasure, Mabel. Always a pleasure. Your way with words, equivalent to those of Shakespeare in this world, whatever that may be.
It's ogre threats. Okay. But as you exit the Rusty Screw, having some strange new perspective on what might be happening here, I think that is where we're actually going to end today's episode. A little bit of a
It's getting more. We're getting more of that good crime drama.
It's getting twisted
That
up.
plot is thickening.
We do have 2 C's in it. But until next week, that is where we are going to cut it off. We hope you have a good day. We hope you enjoy the show and come back with us next week as we explore more of this twisted little story. Until
Before you
then-
do the sign off, happy late birthday. Now it's going to be late to both Christian and Sean.
Aw,
Late birthday.
that's
Happy
so
birthday.
sweet. Thank you guys. Christian, obviously happy birthday.
Happy
Stop.
birthday to you, Sean.
Stop it.
We love you. Ha 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 ha.
Get out of my
Goodbye.
house. I screamed to the audience too. Get out of my house. What the fuck is this?
I don't know what this
It's a
is.
dance. It's a birthday dance. You ever heard of a birthday
It's
dance?
your
I've
dance
never
for your
heard of a birthday
birthday.
dance.